So I was expecting a lot of talk about Google Cloud solution, but I was not expecting to see so much Flutter present to this event. Most of the time, all the Flutter news or event was present to the Google I/O. But this year, there was a lot of Flutter session that has been present during this next event. So for those who doesn't know what the Google Cloud Next is, so it's the annual Google conference for the Google Cloud platform. So it's like Azure or AWS, if you know. So it's a public cloud computing that's where you can store or deploy all your application. It was held last week in Vegas. So it was the first time that Google go to Vegas. Most of the time it was in San Francisco. Yeah. So there is 2 keynotes. There is a lot of sessions. We also have a big hall where you can test all the Google solutions. You can see the nice carpet of the convention center. There is a lot of stand also, booths, with a lot of activities. We have a Formula 1 car where we can test, not the Formula 1, but simulator where you can to be simulated like you are a pilot. You have an innovation center where you can see, in fact, all the innovation provided by Google and a lot of training also on Google solutions. You have a party, so a public party. There are also private parties, so I didn't know what happened to this one. But at the public party, they have rent the Raiders Stadium, so it was a Football American Las Vegas Stadium, and we have a right to we have the right to have a concert from 2 groups. And I was not alone, so some people of this meetup has come also to Vegas, and Ashley can talk to you about the buffet of of the stadium. He spent more time to the buffet than to the concert. So there is a lot of showcase at the conference. I met some people, very interesting people. So this guy, YouTube influencer that tried to sell us Flutter for a long time now, and also the creator of ServerPod. So I assist to this conference. There's missing one slide. Okay. So this conference, there is a lot of people, 30,000 people. There are more than 500 breakout sessions, and there is 8 sessions around Flutter. So Flutter was the main subject. So 8 breakout sessions. So we have some training, so people can come and learn about Flutter. We have some live coding. To develop a Flutter app. We have showcase, and we have also user feedbacks on how they use Flutter to build their solution. What do I return from this session of Flutter? So there is one aspect that's how we develop a Flutter app. So they try to teach us how we do some software application. So Flutter is based for the front. So front application, and we have a lot of session who has been to connect Flutter with backend. So you can be a full stack Dart application, so Dart plus Flutter. There's 2 main frameworks that you can use for the backend, which is Dart Frog and ServerPod. So Dart Frog is a frog, this one. And ServerPod, it's the other one. So it's 2 frameworks that help you to develop a backend in Dart. And also they show us how Flutter can interact with APIs. So you can develop your backend with any kind of technology, Node.js, Python, and so on. And the main thing that each time for this backend, everything is powered by Cloud Run. That means that you deploy your backend on the Google Cloud Services, which is called Cloud Run, and it will manage for you all the backend side. But we also have a lot of sessions that show Flutter plus Firebase, how they interact and how we develop quickly mobile application with Flutter. We also have a session with Flame, the Flame engine, so Song. And also how we can power, in fact, Flutter with Gemini. So the LLM, the IE solution of Google. There was an interesting session who have developed a game with Gemini. So it was some kind of a playing role game. And in fact, each time it's Gemini who generate, in fact, the question that was asked to the player. So each time it's a different game that you have. And the second part is how you can easily, if you're a noob or you're an expert, how you can easily develop a Flutter application. So you have some web IDE. So they present Project IDX, which is a web IDE to develop a Flutter application and other. So it will handle for you in the web. So the developer parts, you will have also the deployment and so on. So they talk about Project IDX and Zaprun. And they also use Gemini, so Gemini for the coding assist. So they have a lot of demo of how Gemini can help you through Project IDX or Visual Studio. So there is two ways to use Gemini for the coding assist. You can type some comment in your code, and after that, Gemini will generate for you the code. Or you can have a chat assistant, which you ask him, I want to code this kind of class or method. He will generate the code. You have just to copy paste and put it in your IDE. And they also insist a lot of why Flutter. So they insist about the 5 pillars for Flutter. So fast, productivity, beautiful, open, and portable. And they also talk about the roadmap for 2024, so don't expect anything new or fantastic. It's more about make all the ground stable, so they want to improve, in fact, the native deployment as a whole. They want to improve also the web application for Flutter, and they want to continue to improve and to roll out Impeller, their new engine, their new UI engine for Dart, for Flutter. So I will share with you the session with a presentation on YouTube. So if you want to have a look for this session, if you don't know what to do after that, you have 8 sessions that you can. Not all have a YouTube link, but yeah, there is some slide where you can see the content of the session. And that's all for me.